Right, I have just bought the first manga volume for One Piece. This is the first kit of manga I've ever bought in my whole life. So I've never owned manga previous to this because One Piece is just so peak, man. It's just so good, guys. It's just... Before I start spitting out the wildest theories that you guys have ever heard of, I want to just reiterate that I haven't actually caught up to the One Piece anime yet. I've only got till Fishman Island and I kind of stopped for a bit. I'm on a break, you know, we're on like kind of, you know, tough relationship kind of things with One Piece. Because Fishman Island was just not good. Like, what the flip is going on, bro? But, you know, my love for One Piece still grows, and it's still, you know, I still get the edits every now and then, and I'm like, damn, man, I need to watch it. So I thought about it recently, and I was like, wow, you know, every single Straw Hat has a dream, and we're like 1,000 episodes in, and none of them have done anything to, like, actually progress to, like, you know, get to their dream. So I thought I would make this video with the thoughts I have on how every Straw Hat is gonna achieve their dream. And the reason I'm making this video now and not when I've caught up to the anime is because I think they're in like a weird arc right now. I think they're in Elbaf as of currently. Oh my god, there's other cars. Yeah, I forgot to say I am filming in a Starbucks car park because my parents just don't like me making videos at home. So I just, you know, I'm sorry if I stop filming or start looking away frantically like I'm scared for my life. It's because, you know, I am just in the middle of nowhere in like a car park. So this is kind of a weird video because it's kind of like me predicting the end of One Piece. It's just kind of weird because if it's right, then I'm actually one of the greatest theories out there. People will watch this video and be like, oh my god, I'll be like the next Bitcoin guy, you know, the guy that told everyone to buy Bitcoin and then they didn't, and then he's a millionaire now. Yeah. But yeah, I think Chopper does have the hardest dream. Like, he's got one of the most hardest dream. I think Nami's like a good second because she wants to draw a map of the entire world, and it's like, bro, do you see how big the world is? But I think it's been explained in the plot somewhere that Nami does draw every island that they've visited. So if the last island they visit somehow manages to, you know, encompass the whole world, then it kind of makes sense. So this is what I think will happen. So I think Luffy becoming the Pirate King, that is going to take place in the final arc, you know, and for that to happen, I think he's going to go head to head with Kobe. No one mentions this, but Kobe's got a dream of being the best Marine, and they're kind of already rivals as it begins with, you know, they're already rivals from the start, and it would be like one of the top 10 anime fights if like Kobe is going 1-to-1 with like Gear 5 Luffy. That would be so sick. And 𝐓𝐿_MAPO, you know, he's probably gonna fight Zoro, and he's gonna be like on crazy levels of swordsmanship because we don't know anything about Garp's like friend, the guy that with the hat, because he could very well be on world's greatest swordsman level, you know. No one's actually power scaled him yet, but he's just kind of mysterious, you know, he's just kind of nonchalant. So what I think is gonna happen on the final arc, and I think this is like the most accepted theory, is that the red line is going to be destroyed, and that's going to contribute to the majority of the Straw Hat's dream. For example, Brook wants to see Laboon, and, you know, if they end up going back to the red line, depending on which side they are, Laboon's gonna be there. Same again for Sanji, he wants to see the all blue, and, you know, if the red line is destroyed, or, you know, if it doesn't exist anymore, more than likely the oceans are going to combine, and then everything is going to be all blue because it's all blue. So Dracula Mihawk is going to die. I have a feeling he's going to die before he ever fights Zoro, because Zoro trained under Dracula Mihawk, and it doesn't make sense for the final battle for him to fight Zoro. So I think Zoro's dream is going to get taken away because Dracula Mihawk is going to get killed by someone else, and then 𝐿𝐿_MAPO is going to step in, and he's going to be on like crazy levels of swordsmanship. Zoro's going to go rage mode, kill 𝐿𝐿_MAPO, and in like they're gonna have the maddest battle ever. So 𝐿𝐿_MAPO is gonna be on crazy levels, you know, he's gonna like start cutting like the reality apart. Fabric of reality is gonna be like at the state in the One Piece world, and then the red line is gonna keep taking this damage over time, so everyone's gonna have their own big battles. Luffy's gonna have a battle with Kobe and Blackbeard at the same time, you know, there's gonna be a three-way battle. They're just all, you know, throwing hands at the red line, and in doing so it's just destroying the red line and getting them closer to the dream. And I think something's gonna happen in the plot. I don't know what's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen where after the final battle they will find the One Piece, or they will, you know, it'll be something crazy. I don't know what it is, because it will be something crazy, and Luffy will come on top of the battle like he always does, and he'll be the pirate king. So that's how I think Luffy's gonna get his dream. Zoro, I think he's gonna get his dream after killing 𝐓𝐿𝐻𝐿. I think that's gonna be the final battle. It has to be. There's no way it's not. Like, 𝐓𝐿𝐻𝐿 and Kobe's dream isn't as reflected as the Straw Hat's dream. Like, you know, there is other people with dreams in the One Piece world, and like no one else talks about it. So I'm here to make the most controversial theory that's ever existed in the One Piece timeline. Like, it could be 𝐓𝐿𝐻𝐿, it could be the blue-haired girl even. Like, she's got a dream of being the best swordsman and stuff, and then Zoro's gonna, you know, he's gonna achieve the dream, but I don't think it's gonna be Dracula Mihawk like he fights. As much as that is what, you know, Oda is going down, he's really good at plot twists. Now, Usopp, I think, oh my god, I have the best theory for Usopp. So do you know how devil fruits can be eaten by items, and how swords and stuff also have secret powers? So items and weapons can have secret powers. I think one of Zoro's swords after time skip has like, takes a lot of haki away from the user. I haven't got to that part yet, I just know that that happens. So I think what's gonna happen is Usopp is gonna be fighting someone. He's gonna be like fighting, and this time he's like actually dying. He's on the verge of dying, but he's like really brave, because he's like protecting some little kid or something. I don't know, something's happening where there is a mad fight and none of the Straw Hats are there, and Usopp's 1v1ing like a really strong member. Maybe it's gonna happen in Elbaf, and he's fighting a giant or something, and he's just getting stomped on continuously, and there's like a child in need, and you just want, you know, the child really wants his help. And then what I think is gonna happen is, do you know how like Elbaf, so in Elbaf there is a giant called Loki, and right now in One Piece I think they're doing some mythology kind of stuff happening, and it would be the best foreshadowing if Usopp gets a new weapon, and that weapon be Mjolnir. I think Mjolnir is a Norse or a Greek mythology weapon wielded by the god of lightning, Thor, or god of thunder, Thor, and you can only hold Mjolnir and, you know, get his powers if you are worthy. And that would be the best way for Usopp to achieve his dream, if he's literally getting stomped on, and then he looks over and he sees, oh my god, there's a hammer there, you know? And maybe it'll be like, you know, just like some hammer that's, you know, introduced in the arc somewhere, and it's like, oh, this is a Greek weapon, no one's ever been able to use it. And then fucking Usopp just picks it up like it's nothing, fucking 1v1s this giant or this enemy, and instantly wins. I think that would be the best way for Usopp to gain his powers. Now for Chopper, I have no idea. Like, I don't even want to guess how he achieves his dream, because I have no clue. Like, as much as I could theorize that maybe it will be some cure that he you know, cures all devil fruit users or something like that. But I think Chopper's dream is like the hardest to even guess how he's gonna solve all cures and stuff like that. I just kind of wanted to put my thoughts for how Luffy and Zoro you know, might achieve their dream, because it's kind of been on my mind, and I kind of wanted to, like, you know, put it out there. So if I'm ever right, it's kind of like top 10 moments, you know. Please don't show hate. This is just kind of me putting out a theory that's been sat on my mind for a while, all right? So no hate. But that will be it. If you guys have any crazy theories, that One Piece theories, please comment down below, and I will read them and maybe make a follow-up video on reading them. So that might be super cool, but yeah, we'll find out. All right, peace out.